But I want you to be safe. And when I say safe, I could probably hear somebody saying, what does she mean stay safe? Of course I'm going to lock my door after we have sex. Or of course I'm going to block him after we have sex. Or of course I'm grown. I know how to handle mine. But baby, if you're having sex and you're living in adultery, you're having sex with another man's husband, or man, you're having sex with another man's wife, and you're not in a marriage, a covenant toward them, you up for takes, you up for grabs, and they come soon as you go to sleep. And who is they? The spirits, the demons. Everybody, if you have not been delivered, has been introduced from your wicked family lineage of a spirit spouse. Man, it's a woman. Woman, it's a male-like. They're marine spirits. They come from marine kingdom. And prayerfully, whoever the Lord allows us to see, you've heard this before. So this is confirming. This is not the first time you've heard this. You got me? So yeah, it's a marine spirit. So normally what these spirits like to do is, when you find yourself dedicated and consistent and focused on the Lord, they like to send you somebody that can take your eyes off of Christ, somebody that can take your eyes off of Jesus, your goals, your vision. And it's the same spirit spouse. It's like you've dated that spirit spouse since you were a little girl, through people, through your parents, if you were molested by your mom or your dad, but the spirit spouse never showed himself to you in his own self. He presented himself through people. And I'm gonna give you a story time. I'll put 2 good story times into one, and it's probably gonna supersede into the next clip. So just kind of stay tuned. So one night, and this is when I was still living in sin. I don't know if I was having sex around this time, but I was not sustaining from sex. But I remember it was probably around 2 to 3 in the morning. I was not high. I was not drunk. It was what it was. So I was asleep. And the Spirit of the Lord woke me up. And I promise you, and this is how I know it was the Spirit of the Lord, because if that spirit spouse woke me up and I would have saw that, if it wasn't the Lord who woke me up, and me seeing that demon / spirit spouse standing there by my bed, I would have totally freaked out. Anybody would have freaked out. So I was asleep one night, 2 to 3 in the morning. I woke up. I was just like unctioned to wake up. As soon as I woke up, I didn't do like any turning, rubbing in the eye, none of that. Let me clear my throat. Let me go get a glass of water. I immediately opened my eyes. I looked up, and there was a spirit spouse standing in the corner of my room, not too far from my bed, and he was just looking at me. And when I looked at him, he was just laughing. I couldn't hear him. I couldn't see his skin, but he was like in a black cape, and he was like laughing. I can't tell you how I knew he was laughing if I couldn't see his skin, but if life is spiritual, so if you've ever had an encounter with spirits, you'll know what I'm talking about. He was laughing, and then I went back to sleep. So weird, so ironic. So the next morning I woke up, I literally had the nerve to be upset with Jesus. I said, why would Jesus allow me to see that? And me thinking to myself now, why would he not allow you to see that? You need to know that. The Bible says that my people perish for a lack of knowledge. Do you know when you go to sleep, demons and spirit spouses come and molest you and play with you and rape you? That's rape. That's without your consent. They wait till you're asleep. These are some words that some of you may not have heard, but the majority of you watching this, you've heard it before. So this is just confirming to you. The Lord wants to reassure you that yes, you're going to be safe, but don't go back to sexual relationships. Oh, it's not just, oh, the Lord is going to forgive me if I have sex. Yes, he will, because he's a forgiving God, but you still have opened a door to an entity. You don't want a demon in your house. You don't want a demon raping you and molesting you. You don't want a demon playing with your finances. Every 3 days you got to go buy a tie because your tie flat. Or you ain't got no gas. Or you ain't got no grocery money. Or you got to wait on Timmy to text back because you waiting on him to bring you $40. You know why a lot of people are like broke and broke down financially and emotionally? Is because sexual sin.